an ex-WWE star has made a huge request to Triple H in a new interview. The name in question, former Nexus member Heath Slater, wants the game to bring the faction back on TV. The summer of 2010 saw the Nexus wreaking havoc and attacking everyone in its path, with its primary target being John Cena. This led to a huge 7-on-7 elimination tag team match between the Nexus and Team WWE, which the heels lost. To this day, many fans believe that the Nexus's defeat that night was one of the biggest fumbles the promotion ever made. Many fans believe that a Nexus win at SummerSlam 2010 would have cemented the group as a legitimate threat, creating several new stars in the process. Unfortunately, the stable lost the match and never truly recovered from the massive loss. Cena was the company's top star back then and rarely lost a match. His win over the Nexus left a bad taste in fans' mouths. One wonders where the Nexus would be today if the group had won the main event of SummerSlam 2010. Professional wrestling has always thrived on nostalgia and the rekindling of old rivalries, storylines, and factions. Recently, a former WWE superstar stirred up excitement by advocating for the return of one of WWE's most iconic factions, urging Triple H to listen to the fans and think about bringing back the group. This call to action has reignited discussions among the wrestling community, showcasing how the influence of a beloved faction can endure for over a decade. WWE's history is brimming with legendary factions that have shaped the industry, from Generation X to The Shield. However, not every faction achieves the same level of acclaim, often fading into obscurity with the passage of time. Yet, there are exceptions, those rare groups that leave a mark so indelible that their legacy persists long after they disband. 14 years later, one such faction remains a hot topic among fans, leading an ex-WWE star to make a public plea for its return. The faction at the center of this renewed conversation is none other than Faction Name, a group that captivated WWE audiences during its peak. Known for their dominance, unity, and compelling storylines, the members of this faction were instrumental in delivering some of the most memorable moments in WWE history. Whether it was through their coordinated attacks, iconic promos, or high-stakes matches, the group left an indelible impression. Even though it has been over a decade since the faction's dissolution, their popularity remains intact. Fans continue to reminisce about their glory days, often citing their influence on modern wrestling and calling for their return. Social media platforms are filled with discussions, fan-made videos, and fantasy booking scenarios that keep the faction's spirit alive. The ex-WWE star, who was closely associated with the faction, recently spoke about their enduring appeal during an interview. Expressing gratitude for the group's impact on his career, he emphasized how the faction's chemistry and unique dynamics set them apart from others in WWE's history. In a heartfelt message, the wrestler urged WWE's chief content officer, Triple H, to consider reuniting the faction. He pointed out that fans continue to talk about them 14 years later, a testament to their cultural significance. He argued that bringing them back would not only delight longtime fans, but also introduce a new generation to one of WWE's most influential groups. Triple H, as WWE's chief content officer, holds significant sway over the creative direction of the company. Known for his appreciation of wrestling history and his knack for balancing nostalgia with innovation, he has previously facilitated the return of iconic factions, storylines, and legends. From reuniting Generation X to reviving the War Games match concept, Triple H has a proven track record of leveraging nostalgia to engage fans. In recent years, Triple H's leadership has been instrumental in reshaping WWE's programming, particularly with his focus on long-term storytelling and the elevation of underutilized talent. Bringing back a beloved faction under his creative guidance could further solidify his reputation as a visionary leader while providing an opportunity for the returning group to make an even greater impact. The wrestling community's response to the ex-WWE stars' comments has been overwhelmingly positive. Social media platforms erupted with excitement as fans shared their favorite moments involving the faction and expressed support for their return. Many fans highlighted the group's innovative storytelling and how their reunion could inject fresh energy into WWE programming. However, some fans also raised concerns about how the faction's return would be handled. Wrestling history is rife with examples of beloved groups or wrestlers returning only to be misused or underwhelmingly booked. For the return to succeed, fans argue, WWE must stay true to the faction's original essence while adapting them to the current wrestling landscape. Reviving a faction after 14 years comes with its own set of challenges. The original members may have moved on to different roles within or outside the wrestling industry. Physical limitations, changes in character personas, or contractual obligations with other promotions could also pose hurdles. Despite these challenges, the opportunities are immense. A well-executed return could serve as a bridge between generations, uniting older fans with newer audiences. It could also provide a platform for younger talent to align with established stars, thereby elevating their status. WWE has successfully managed similar returns in the past, such as The Shield's brief reunion in 2017 and the NWO's induction into the Hall of Fame. These examples demonstrate that with careful planning and storytelling, a faction's return can be both nostalgic and forward-thinking. If WWE decides to bring the faction back, the possibilities for their return storyline are endless. One scenario could involve the group's former leader or prominent member returning to address unfinished business. This could spark a series of events leading to the reunion of the original members. Another approach could involve the faction passing the torch to a new generation. By aligning with up-and-coming wrestlers, the group could maintain its legacy while introducing fresh dynamics to the storyline. This would allow WWE to leverage nostalgia while building new stars for the future. The return of the faction would undoubtedly create a buzz within the wrestling world. Merchandise sales, viewership ratings, and live event attendance could all see significant boosts as fans flock to witness the group's comeback. Moreover, their return could inspire other promotions to revisit their own histories, further enriching the wrestling industry as a whole. Beyond the commercial impact, the faction's return would serve as a reminder of wrestling's ability to create lasting connections with its audience. It would celebrate the art of storytelling and the camaraderie that defines the wrestling community.